Hello everyone. So in today's session, we will be learning about exceptions. It's a very important concept of exceptions. So before working on and knowing everything about exception, let us first try to understand what exactly exception means. What is it? For exactly knowing about what an exception is, let us try to first of all write a very simple program. So here I have a class exception demo in it. This is my class, and in this class currently I am having only one single main method. So I will be creating a method over here naming as show method, or I can also write it as show. It's okay. I will be writing another method, say display. What I am doing is I have written this main method. Let me just create them as the static methods because I don't want to create the objects of the exception class and then execute this method. What I want is I can directly call the methods. So for that, I just use the static concept. So for now, this main method is going to call the show method, right? When the show method is called, the show method will be executing or calling the display method. Coming back to the display method, let's now just perform some of the statements in the display method. I will be writing some statements. For example, I have declared a variable over here, say 45 or 4 can be easier. B is equal to 2. I will be writing a statement A into B. Very easy concept, right? Also, I'll be just displaying a message over here so that at least we can have an idea that we have entered into the main method. Similarly, I will be writing a message over here as well. Show method called. And similarly, in the display method, firstly, I'll be displaying that method, display method called. Same here as well, main method call. Let me just execute it and we'll get to know something. Well, every time when we execute a program, we know that a calling stack has been created internally, right? And according to that stack, the methods get executed. So for example, firstly, this main method will get called. As such, the message is also being displayed over here. After that, this main method is calling the show method. Now, the show method has been called. After this show method, the next statement is to call the display method. Therefore, the display method has been called. While the display method has been called, it has just printed out the statement display called, right? After that, it has declared two variables over here, and I have used statement A into B, which is it has completed and displayed 8 over here. So my program has been terminated very successfully. Very successfully, not an appropriate word, but yet successfully my program has been terminated, executing all the statement which I have mentioned. Let us assume the second scenario now. Rather than into 2, I will be using plus. So this will also work. So I just put on any of the values, it will definitely give me some value. See, it has given me 4. If I will be writing over here into, and if I am multiplying 4 into 0, it will definitely show me 0. If I am writing minus over here, it will be displaying me a particular value. Similarly, if I am writing this, it will give me some value, correct? If I'm writing 3 over here, it will definitely give me some value. But if I have written 0 over here, let's now check it out. Now comes the question, what is it? Number one thing, it has printed all the statements which I have mentioned. That is, when the main method was called, I have printed out a statement main called. It just has displayed that statement. Then it has called the show method. Leading control to the show method, I have written the statement show called. Therefore, this message has also been displayed. After this statement, display method has been called. Calling to the display method, now this statement has been executed. It has been printed over here as well. After this, the two variables have been initialized for sure. Because we haven't displayed anything over here, that's why we don't know whether they have been displayed, initialized or not. So just for our concern, I will print those values so that we'll get to know that yes, these variables have been initialized for sure. After that, what happened at this line? Because at this line, which was supposed to get executed, it has not been printed anything, right? Let me just check out one more thing. If I can just write thanks over here, let me just check whether that thanks has also been executed. No. So it means after this statement, none of the statements have been executed, right? So what is it? If you can see over here, after displaying the values of A and B, what I have got here is some lines of statements. Let's just try to read them out. It has been written, exception in thread main, java.language.arithmetic exception, divide by 0, at string thread.exception display that. It means it is just showing me some of the line numbers, right? 19. Exactly at the point where we were having a concern that this will be having any issue. It is also showing me line number 10, that is here. Again showing me a line number 26, that is here. It means it has called an issue at the line numbers on every single line where the methods have been called. So what is it exactly? Let me just explain you.